Let's go find the crones. I don't either.
Hey. Let's go across here to save you something.
This isn't Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. That looks like a fire pit. That looks like a vicious hunt. That looks like poison.
This looks like a swamp.
This looks like some birch trees.
Die.
You're dying.
I'm currently in combat, apparently.
Just drown. Ooh, iron ingot. Drink engine oil. That flower. Pick them all.
I'm in combat right now. Drowners. This is a swamp.
What are you doing in my swamp?
What's it look like? I'm trying to get out of your swamp. Yeah, he was like, wait.
Very quickly we're gonna get here. I'm trying. That we're trying to some weird god.
Follow the trail of treats.
I'm on the right path.
Are you, Geralt?
All these treats are probably moldy now because of the rain.
Are we surprised? Ooh. Hanging trees.
And just listening to the creaking from your butcher senses.
Yeah.
Surround sound. ASMR.
They're gonna stuff you in an oven. You got caught on a twig.
I know.
Or all three. New save file.
Yep. Okay. Let's go.
Let's fight some bitches.
Doug went in the kitchen, stole a hunk of meat. Cook gave him a licking, strung him by his feet. Cooked and bled him empty, stripped his skin off clean.
Laughed and said, "How tasty, best sausage I have seen."
Cook's a stupid killer, shouldn't have ate the pup. Now we'll light a fire, gonna roast him up. 1, 2, 3, the one to fetch the kindlings. Thee!
Interesting rhyme.
Don't know you, go away.
What are you doing out here alone?
We's not alone, we's with Gran.
But where did you all come from?
We's orphans.
All of you?
There's a war, so there's orphans. Didn't know that?
I'm looking for the witches of Crookback Bog.
You looks like a witch yourself.
The witches of the bog.
We can't go in the bog. Gran don't let us.
When my brother Zemek went missing, Gran said it was 'cause he went in the woods and got lost. Gran cried an awful lot after that.
You could still come back.
A young woman got lost in the swamp. She has ashen hair and a scar on her face. You kids see anyone like that?
Ain't no lassies here.
What am I?
You're no lassie. Lassie's got tits.
They do. I heard an old man say once, when the army was here, he says, "I them lasses in the woods. They's dazzling the soldiers with their tits, and it's torturing the poor lads." That's what he said.
Listen, the girl I'm looking for, she's in trouble. I understand you might not want to help me, but you could try to help her.
How you know she was here?
I heard she visited the witches in the swamp.
But there's no witches here.
There's only frogs.
And snakes.
And Johnny.
What's this talk? What kind of jabbering is this, eh? No one allowed here. Just kids. My kids. They're allowed. But who are you, wearing swords like a bandit?
You look after these kids?
They're my grandchildren.
Gran's good to us. Gonna be soup with scratchings for supper.
Kids get lost in the woods. I miss them. Seen them in the woods. No one has.
Who's Johnny?
Johnny ate a cat. Come the more in some furry shat.
Watch your language. They tells tales and tales. Naught but tales.
Just talking to the kids. Asked them if they'd seen a young woman.
I was a lovely young woman. Wore a long, beautiful braid my mummy did up for me. Had dresses with flowers on 'em.
Maybe you've seen her. Young, ashen hair.
Your betrothed?
Daughter, actually.
Daughter? My dear, sweet little daughter. And her sister. Where are they now? Maybe they've come to some harm?
A bit of help, please? A young, ashen-haired woman. Just need to know if you've seen her.
What are you looking at, children? Wash your hands, we'll go catch crickets.
Won't learn anything from you.
Aye, 'cause I don't know nothing.
That Johnny knows. He knows a lot. When I ask him something, he says, "Wait, I'll scratch my arse and tell you."
Ugly word. What you saying? To the hut. You'll stand in a corner. I'll make sure you do. You, be gone. Be gone!
Stop pushing me, kid.
This kid pushes a witcher around. What is this? Grand.
In times of war, one often encounters those who have suffered cruelly at the hands of fate. Geralt was thus not shocked to meet the woman who the children in the Velen swamps called Gran, though she seemed to have suffered manifold, unspecified ills. Whatever her woes, it was clear she cared for the war orphans in her charge with love and devotion.
Grand. Just gonna steal from these kids. What a little thief.
Sirens, the Harpy's distant relatives, are winged monsters found in the Skellige archipelago, most frequently on unpopulated isles or in the inaccessible coastal areas of populated ones. According to legend, they are daughters of the mythical winged giant Hrasvelg, who lives on the edge of the world and births pale gales with the waving of his wings. Hrasvelg's daughters seek out the company of giants and often make their nests near their lairs. These creatures attack boats and ships from the air, tearing sails and rigging to shreds and rendering the vessels immobile. At times they will snatch men or cattle from the deck and drop them from great heights to their death. They also attack travelers trekking across isolated beaches.
lassie.
A merchant once told me I reminded him of an Erinia. Naturally, I immediately teleported him to one of their nests so he could see for himself how ill-fitted a comparison it was. Hard as it is to imagine, the Erinias found in Skellige are even more repulsive and dangerous than harpies. They're close relatives. The well-rotted carrion is their food of choice. They will not turn up their noses at fresh meat, man flesh included. When they spy a potential victim, Erinias, like harpies or shishigas, will try to make full use of the strength of their numbers and their ability to control the skies. They will circle above their prey, then attack from several directions at once, striking with razor-sharp talons and tearing their targets to shreds. While attacking, they aim for the neck, eyes, and other vital organs, often causing their prey to bleed to death as a result. In this way, a small flock of Erinias is able to make quick work of larger and better armed victims, who often are not able to defend themselves effectively from several opponents attacking at once. Grape shot, hybrid oil, and ard.
Ard, because they're a flying thing.
Again? Good grief, woman, I'm spent. Unlike other monsters, succubi and menads feel no desire to kill, do not crave human blood, and usually do not, in fact, mean any harm at all. They are motivated by one thing and one thing only, insatiable lust. They try in vain to slake this by engaging in sexual acts with any humanoid species they encounter. While it must be admitted that their victims rarely put up much resistance, this does not mean succubi and menads do not present any danger. Their never-ending advances, though pleasurable at first, have pushed more than one man to madness or even death. Succubi and menads usually can be found near human settlements, including small villages and populous cities. They prowl at night, though when stricken by serious need, they will leave their lairs during the day as well. They shower their affections on men as well as women, the young as well as the old, the ugly as well as the beautiful. Some of them are particularly fond of pastors and other holy men, whose seduction they treat as a sort of game. Though succubi are peaceful by nature, when forced to fight, they will defend themselves fiercely. One should thus not be fooled by their fair appearance. Under the velvety skin of their arm lies muscles of iron, and a blow delivered with their rear goat-like legs or the thick horns on their heads can easily crush bone. Gwen.
When are you richer? Yeah, dude, it's locked. Come on, man.
Okay.
Whoa! A fighter! Got 2 swords and a wolf round his neck.
Ever seen a Witcher before? You gonna boil this kid alive, Green? Hiya, Gran.
You
Don't
saw
mind me.
You saw nothing.
Just stealing from you.
Whinstone.
Don't mind me for helping myself to your store. I do like growth. Some alchemy paste. Green mold.
Yeah.
Nice. You really do know what you're doing.
Can't come in here. Not allowed in here.
I just want to talk to the boy.
Not allowed. It's not allowed.
He won't talk to you anyway. Gran don't like you. And Johnny's made up. And strangers steal kids.
Just got one question for you.
Don't be asking no questions. You're a stranger. Not allowed to talk to strangers.
Can we eat now? Soup with scratchings.
You hear? Says he's afeard of you. Stop scaring my kids.
Why don't you want to talk about Johnny? One of you knows about him. The others must too.
It's just him who's pals with Johnny. They pick mushrooms and hunt snails. But Gran says Johnny's made up.
Have any of you ever seen Johnny?
Of course. Looks just like him.
Then why do you say he's made up?
Gran says so. And Gran knows lots.
The boy who plays with Johnny, he must be brave.
Not brave, just stupid.
Sat his bare bum on an anthill once. But yeah, he plays with Johnny. He don't listen to Gran and goes in the woods, and then he's got to have a time out.
And he eats snails. Yuck.
Does your Gran treat you right? She ever hurt you?
Never.
When we're bad, she cries.
She's scared. Says strangers might take us. And we'll disappear.
The girl I mentioned is in danger. You gotta help me get your Gran away from the hut so I can talk to Johnny's friend.
All right, but you've got to do something for us too. Play hide and seek. Gran never does. Says her feet hurt.
Let's play. You hide, but if I find you, you have to help me talk to the boy who knows Johnny.
He thinks he'll find us easy.
Means he's never hid from the black ones. No looking, and you have to count out loud. All your fingers, toes too.
1, 2, 3, 18, 19, 20. Ready or not, here I come.
Yes, every video game needs a hide and seek with kids.
I want new gloves.
Fuck. Oh, you done and went inside.
There you are.
How'd you find me?
Secret.
I'm just that good. Oh, there's another one. Where's this little scheme gone off to? Hiding in a barrel.
I can see you.
You're not. This isn't Assassin's Creed.
They tried. Little assassins.
There you are.
Found me.
I'm too big.
Not allowed in here.
No one left hiding.
You're a wizard, right? Gonna show us some tricks when we get to the cottage.
No, we'll talk about your promise. Found you all. Now you gotta keep your word and help me talk to Johnny's friend.
Why wouldn't we? Promised, didn't we?
Gran! Gran! Bumblebee bit Yagner in the arse! Gran! Come!
Don't be afraid.
Don't know nothing.
I won't hurt you.
Where's Gran?
She's busy. Why are you scared to talk?
I'm not scared of nothing.
You're all scared of something. Would have told me about Johnny otherwise.
I'm worried about Johnny. He don't come round no more. Once, when we was mushroom picking, I saw his burrow, but Gran yelled at me, said not to talk to strangers, 'cause then kids go missing. She worries about Johnny too, though she says he's made up.
Where are you and your friend's parents?
Dad, some starved, others were killed, like mine. One day, we went out at dawn to look for berries in the woods. Still some around back then. When I was coming home, I heard the yells, then laughing. Went up and hid in the bushes near the woods. My mum yelled, and the soldiers laughed. Laid my pa down by the barn door. His head clean off. And then my mum...
It's all right. That's enough. I just want to talk to Johnny. He could know more than you.
Not gonna hurt him, right? 'Cause he's real. He's not made up.
I'm not gonna hurt him.
Johnny used to be boy, 'cause Gran liked listening to his songs. When we was picking mushrooms, Johnny said he saw a girl with ashen hair in the swamp.
Where can I find Johnny?
There's a little meadow on the edge of the swamp. This strange tree grows there. Look around. You'll see him.
Thank you.
Thanks, kids. We'll play hide and seek again sometime. Oh. I had to use it.
Damn it.
Nope. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's probably some ability or
Real. He must leave prints.
sure it's probably some ability or equipment I have. I don't know. Okay, Johnny, where are you?
He's right in the middle of the circle.
Small footprint. Johnny's been through here.
Johnny hanging with the drowners.
Nice.
That cursed artifact nearby. Behind you. So you followed the sweets to Grand's.
Yep.
Now you're following the stills to John. It's all just a little more.
Tracks lead to a burrow. Wonder what's inside. Johnny? Don't be afraid. You're a Bucka? A Luton? Ah, a godling. Not many of you left. I'm looking for a woman with ashen hair. Seen her? Tell me everything, from the start. Where did you see her? What was she doing? It's important to me. Why not? You know the kids from the clearing well? Don't be afraid. Not gonna hurt anyone. What's wrong? Can't talk? Why? Lost your voice? Can I help you somehow? Want me to follow you? No choice, I guess.
Not too long ago, the areas around peasant hamlets were chock full of guardian spirits. Today, it's nigh unto impossible to spot a brownie, bucka, or Luton. And godlings, they are always the first to go. Such is the price we pay for civilization's forward march. Godlings, sometimes mistaken for Luton, are woodland creatures dwelling in burrows and moss-covered hollow stumps on the outskirts of human settlements. They are similar to children in behavior and appearance, and like children, delight in mischief. Godlings are deeply rooted in their home territory and perform acts of care and guardianship to those dwelling near their burrows. They watch over people as well as animals, but shy creatures by nature, they try to do so while remaining unseen. Godlings are drawn to joy and innocence, and so delight in the company of children and usually only show themselves to the young. These hard-working and clever creatures gladly perform small services for those in their care, asking only for respect and payment in the form of food or cast-off tools in return. They are easily offended by churlish, ungrateful, or simply rude behavior. Godlings also treasure their peace and quiet. When a village a godling watches over becomes too populous or its inhabitants forget the old ways, it will abandon its burrow for good and walk off to destinations unknown. When the children in the swamp clearing first told Geralt about Johnny, the Witcher had every reason to suppose no such person actually existed. It was difficult to imagine anyone living in such inhospitable surroundings without quickly becoming food for drowners or water hags. Geralt thus suspected Johnny was the figment of childish imaginations, an imaginary friend for lonely orphans. Long years of experience, however, told him not to ignore any possible lead, so he decided to search the nearby swampland for any additional signs of Johnny. Turned out the orphans were not lying. Johnny really did exist. He was not a human child, but a godling, one of a rare breed of creatures that can be found scattered around the continent's wildernesses. Unfortunately, Johnny had lost his voice in circumstances he obviously could not explain, and so neither could he provide much in the way of answers to Geralt's questions. Follow Johnny.
Watch out!
Stay close to me.
Yum yum honeycomb.
This the place? Let me look around. Something's on the ledge? Something that'll get you your voice back? Ah, the bottle from the nest. Already got it. Here.
Whiskey! Slither! Ringworm! Rubbish! Bumblebee! Flabbergasted! Ha! The sound of it! Peter Piper picked Prince Proximo a pack of pickled peppers by the pontar.
Done celebrating?
My favorite words! Life without savoring the sound of surreptitious shenanigans is like licking snails through a cloth. Thank you for this, noble whoever you are. Long be your life.
Hang on a minute. I helped you, now you help me.
Would you turn this beautiful act of altruism into a banal bartering of favors?
How'd you lose your voice?
One morning I awoke and opened my mouth for my usual bout of singing with the thrushes. Lo and behold, no sound escaped. I tried and tried, almost burst a blood vessel. Then I went to the village, because word has it the new cunning woman works miracles. But people began crying out, "A smudger! A smudger!" and sick their dogs on me. Do I look like a smudger to you?
Not a bit.
Well, I thought not. So it must be the crone's doing. Who else would curse me? Blackbird friend of mine located my voice, but I was helpless to retrieve it.
Couldn't ask a raven friend to just give you the bottle?
Ravens serve the crones. They don't help no one.
How do you lock someone's voice in a bottle? Just wondering.
As am I, especially as mine's a voice to crown all voices. Sometimes it's like a forest brook, at others like a roll of thunder. And let's be honest, I talk enough to fill 3 barrels or more.
Somebody used some powerful magic on you, as a prank or just to be mean. I'm looking for a young, ashen-haired woman. See anyone like that?
Did I ever? Remember it as if it were yesterday. Soon as I woke, I went to empty my bowels. My favourite part of the day. Defecating to the sunrise, downright glorious. Suddenly, heard a bang, so loud it couldn't have been me. And that lass appeared, out of nowhere. Young, ashen-haired, just like you said. Wounded and panting to boot. She raced off towards the children's hut. Quick as if the crones were after her. I yelled some unpleasantries. She disturbed my morn. Sadly, I'd lost my voice, so I don't think she heard me.
I've been to the village in the swamp, met a woman who might have been a crone.
Did she seem confused to you?
Nuts, completely.
So I'm not crazy. That's no crone. That's the granny who takes care of the orphans. Claims the kids made me up. Me!
An orphanage in a swamp?
What do you have against swamps? Lived here my whole life, and I heartily recommend it.
What do you know about the crones?
They're as old as this forest. Cruel, vindictive, not to be crossed.
What if someone does cross them?
Might take his voice, might take his life. Depends on their whim. They're nasty, although they care for this land and its folk in their own way. Supposedly they always keep their word, but you must be careful what you ask for. Won't find them until they want to be found. See them until they want to be seen. But remember, they see and hear all that happens in the mire.
She ran off toward the orphanage. Kids could know something, or the old woman who takes care of them.
No, that old hag don't speak to strangers, and you're a stranger.
Will she talk to you?
I have spoken to her, got my ways. So be it. You helped me and I'm no bore. Come with me.
Once Geralt had helped him regain his voice, however, he talked up a veritable storm, giving the lie to all the tales of those legendary beings' supposed shyness. Johnny also agreed to convince Gran to put Geralt in touch with the ladies of the wood.
Damn it.
I know. Hey Johnny, do you mind if we sit here for an hour? Oh, my pants are all squidgy now.
The 33 thieves thought they drove the throne throughout Thursday. The 33 thieves thought they drove the throne throughout Thursday.
Sure likes tongue twisters.
Whoa!
Sorry, Johnny pushed me and I tried to pick that and I ended up punching. I don't try to.
Good. It's clear. Not a crone in sight. I need to sing to Gran. That ought to calm her. Little Johnny softly gazed at fire waning pale. Pop! A spark jumped out and whispered, "Listen, I've a tale."
You got your voice back.
I did, though I seem to have lost an octave somewhere in the process. I shall look for it when I get home.
You're not allowed here, Johnny. You shouldn't have come.
Calm down, Gran. Don't get angry. It's not good for you.
The woman I asked about earlier.
Forgive me, Gran, but this fellow absolutely must talk to the ladies.
No, she's not allowed.
Please, it's important.
The fellow will be quiet. Gran, please hear me out. I found little Yagna when she got lost, did I not? Did I break Jenny's fever too? I did. I ask anything in return? No. Didn't even fuss about my stolen voice. Well, now I want something. Gran, help this fellow. Because otherwise he'll pester me day and night, even during potty time. His lass is missing. Perhaps the ladies can help find her, eh?
Well, since you put it that way, Johnny, I'll help him. Come with me. Johnny's a good lad, though the ladies don't like him. No, foul creature, they say. Don't like him.
Who are the women in the tapestry?
Those are the ladies. Ladies, lovely.
with power o'er all. Beseech I thee, answer my call. Before you a worm crawls, wretched and small.
How dare you disturb our rest, woman?
Someone speaking through you?
Good looking and clever, too. Where have you been hiding, boy?
I'm looking for the woman with ashen hair. I know you met her. Where is she?
Oh, he's impatient. Perhaps he only likes ashen-haired girls.
The young woman. She's my daughter by choice. I raised her.
If she's shapely, what does it matter?
Matters to me.
I believe we've hit a nerve. He's bubbling like well-fed yeast. Oh, that's how I like him.
It's clear you met her. Tell me everything.
That was blunt. Well, perhaps it's for the best. Tell me, have you got bollocks? Do you fear woodland beasts?
Oh, hard times are upon us, white-haired one. Brother has turned against brother. The land is soaked in blood. Evil reigns stronger than ever before.
A dark power has surfaced near Downwarren. It feeds on hatred and disdain. Destroy the beast, and we may be grateful. Tell you all we know about this ashen-haired maid.
Dark power? You need a knight-errant or a witch hunter, not a witcher.
The alderman of Downwarren will tell you all. Remember to collect payment from him after you complete your task. And now our servant will bring you the dagger.
A dagger? What for?
When the alderman sees this dagger, he'll know we sent you. He'll aid with all.
I'll talk to the alderman, but I can't promise anything.
Move, woman! Give the young man the dagger.
And you, White One, return only once you've completed the task.
Aye, mistress, right. On me way. Dagger. Gotta bring the dagger. The dagger. For you. Ladies told me to give it you. Here it is. The dagger. Place the alderman's payment on the stone. Stone there. Stone shear, stone nose, stone ears.
Geralt's first attempts to talk to her came to nothing. He was only able to break through her mistrust with the help of a godling named Johnny. A few words from the latter convinced Gran to help Geralt talk to the mysterious ladies of the wood. See you there, kids. Bleh. It's big. Swallow regenerates vitality both during and outside of combat. modest pay, gladly ingrain our greens, I'll carry brush and branches from the woods to burn for fuel and warmth. Rid your hut and yard of mice, rats, and other furry vermin. For a bit extra, I'll see to the crawly, creepy kind as well. Fast and effective, using the latest natural methods, a special magic flute from Himmelstein, which do no harm to plants nor friendly beasts. Reasonable prices, effectiveness guaranteed. A wandering rat catcher. We'll trade ornate Cintran rugs, 3 for food, meat preferably, though I'll consider greens as well. New items never used. Ideal for decorating walls, lovely fabric with linen wart. Meant as a dowry for my daughter, but the Blackens did her in, so there's never be no wedding. Hay rack wagon for sale, original owner, good condition, hardly used, kept in barn. Inquire with Medi. Furrier and leather worker, 20 years at the table, willing to take on jobs large and small. Fixing and creating apparel fine and rugged. Reliable and timely, will pick up the raw stuffs and deliver the finished wares with a smile.
Wanna play some Gwent?
Nice village.
Aye.
A real pearl of the swamps.
If you say so.
You get by all right?
Aye, winter to winter. Somehow we survive.
Recognize this dagger?
Aye, master. I didn't know you belonged to them.
Don't belong to anyone. Down to business. I want to get this done quickly.
Ah, so that's how it's to be.
I'm supposed to help solve your problem. Tell me what it is. Just the essentials.
The war awoke an ancient power. An evil one that feeds on bloodshed. Nightmares haunt our nights and days. Folks sleepwalk from their homes, never to return. Under the tree on the Whispering Hillock they lie. Unburied, all. Fathers, sons, daughters, and mothers. Folk are afeard to move them. You must go there. The dark powers must be cast off.
Need more details.
You must see for yourself. Me grand's mum whacked me crosswise for straying near the Whispering Hillock. But what happens there now is a wonder. A few times folk from round here gathered to chop down the trees and burn the cursed soil back to use. None returned. The ground neath the weeds is white with human bones.
When did all this start?
3 years back. I remember 'twas a warm day. Went to check the snares for game. Pulled a hare from me trap. It grew dark all of a sudden, though it was nigh on noontime. Thought it was a storm at first. A squeal pierced the air, near burst me ears. The hair rotted in me hands, and the leaves shriveled and yellowed, though it were yet the start of summer. Times have been ill ever since. Folks' teeth turn black as charcoal. Women folk fight like polecats, bawling and brawling over nothing. The young'uns, born crippled, lame, fear and cursing. Long have we pled for the lady's help.
Solved your problem. Just in case, though, avoid the Whispering Hillock for a while.
Cannot be. There's something lurking there.
Believe me, you don't want to know.
What have you done?
Went up the hill, took care of the problem. The details are my concern.
Aye, truly said. I knows naught of such things anyway.
The crones, or the ladies of the wood as you call them, said to remind you about payment. Take it you know what they want?
Aye, I do. Give me the dagger. Be back soon. There's payment. Take it to the ladies, will you?
What the hell was that?
'Tis our pact. You're a stranger, you don't know life here. It's honest pay for their protection.
So, all those ears in the woods.
Put it out your mind, master. You soon be leaving and we must tarry on, our young'uns and their young'uns after 'em. No gods nor masters watch over Velen. The land is no man's. He who wants to survive must seek his own protectors.
So all them ears in the woods, huh? What ears in the woods? You been finding ears in the woods? How many ears have you found?
I think the sound is glitching.
Oh, you angered the ladies, alright.
Why is this cutscene glitched?
In real life, you're different than you were in the tapestry.
Sorry, I don't have subtitles on.
You're gonna eat it.
The woman who cares for the kids. She's insane.
Why is there no sound? I'm guessing some kind of glitch with like the voice modulator or something.
Our deal. I did my part, now you do yours.
The silent ladies of the woods.
Their voices are not meant for mortals.
Yeah.
Do you believe them?
I don't know what they said.
The young woman I seek never hurt anyone without cause. Why'd she attack you? Don't believe you. They say you always keep your word, so tell me everything, exactly as it happened.
a child of the elder blood, the sown seed that will burst into flame.
I'm guessing they're talking right now. Oh, hello. When you play as Ciri, you cannot access the inventory or use signs. Yep. I'm going. Guess the music's supposed to be playing. I don't know. These cutscenes are all weird. Yeah, there's gotta be like background music or something. Okay. So I'm guessing the crones were probably gonna...
You tried to kill her. Tried to butcher her like an animal and eat her. You tried to kill her. Can't forgive you for that.
The big house was in my book. I don't know if you can go back in though.
Bison grass. A conviction has arisen amongst both mages and the hoi polloi that witches barely rise a hair's breadth above animals, that they are deformed and bloodthirsty mutants, and that in slating their thirst they do not limit themselves to the fluids of monsters. Meanwhile, the research and observations of Virgil of Ban Ard paint an entirely different picture of the cast. Of course, it's an indisputable fact that the mutations witches undergo influence their temperament, immune system, strength, and endurance. Yet one cannot consider them unthinking beings forged only for killing as a result. In fact, witches cultivate a unique culture, a specialized body of knowledge, an effective training system, and even a code of honor. They know an incredible amount about the effects of ingesting various organic and inorganic substances, and also a small amount, but nonetheless something, about the fundamentals of magic, by which I mean the simple spells they call signs. On the surface, the witches appear to be a homogeneous social entity, but in truth their fighting styles, training regimens, and worldviews differ significantly depending upon the school to which they adhere. The best known witcher schools on the continent are the schools of the wolf, school of the bear, school of the griffin, school of the viper, and the school of the cat. You will no doubt call me a liar, a cheat, and a madman. You will shake your head in pity and snort in disbelief. But I promise you, I swear on all the gods, everything which you shall read in the pages to follow is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I met the vampire of which I write years ago, in an inn in Beauclair. He introduced himself to me as Regis, and said he was a barber and a medic. Since he looked in every aspect like a mortal man, I might never have even suspected his true nature, had not a fire broken out shortly thereafter in the establishment in which we were residing. This Regis, if that truly was his name, stood completely untouched by the flames, whereas my own clothing quickly caught fire. The vampire carried me out of the burning inn, saving my life from certain death, then treated my numerous wounds. At first, Regis refused to answer my query as to how he had miraculously survived the furnace, like temperatures inside the burning inn, without so much as a scratch on his body or a hair singed on his head. Eventually, however, he must have sensed I was a man of the world, one who would not jump to haste judgments based on appearance or species, and revealed his identity, along with a great number of highly interesting facts. According to Regis, not all vampires are alike. This vast family contains both mindless katakans, fledgers, and ekimaras, who in form resemble overgrown bats far more than humans, as well as alps and bruxae, who look remarkably like comely maids. In addition to these, there are even the more powerful higher vampires, to which genus belongs my unexpected acquaintance. Not even a witcher can discern a higher vampire from a mortal man. Contrary to popular belief, they cannot be killed by pounding aspen stakes into their chest, nor by cutting off their heads, nor, as I can vouch for based on personal experience, by fire. They do not fear running water, garlic, or the symbols of any creed. It might be some consolation to learn a vampire's bite does not turn a human into one of their number, and they do not in any way need our blood in order to survive. To them, it is merely a delicacy in which they indulge from time to time, like men do with fine wine. Regis asked me to keep his tale to myself, but now as I lay on my deathbed, I feel that I must share this secret knowledge, even if it means breaking my word with this most noble individual. go down. Got some bread. Got some bear fat. All right then. Sister crones, hand in hand, terrors of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Macbeth. The isolated corners of our world harbor creatures older than humans, older than academies and mages, older even than elves and dwarves. The crones of Crookback Bog are such creatures. No one knows their true names, nor what breed of monstrosity they in fact are. Common folk have given these 3 sisters the names Weevis, Brewis, and Wispus, and called the threesome the Ladies of the Wood, or simply the Good Ladies. The crones act as the true sovereigns of Velen, whose inhabitants they help survive through harsh times in return for unquestioning obedience. They wield powerful magic, but one different from that of mages. They draw power from water and earth, and are bound to the land in which they live. The crones can hear everything that happens in their woods, predict the future, twist the threads of human lives, and bring blessings as well as curses. The crones seem for all intents and purposes to be immortal. Magic elixirs keep them from aging and allow them to take the appearance of young women. These elixirs and their mystical ties to the swamps in which they live also give them supernatural strength and vitality. Gwen. Bah, ain't nothing to fear. Ekimaras, why, they ain't nothing more than overgrown bats. Like other vampires, Ekimaras are not, despite what village gossip might say, undead humans. They are instead post-conjunction monsters who have no particular feelings about garlic, holy water, or religious symbols. Unlike the portrayals in ballads and legends, they look nothing like handsome, pale aristocrats with charming Eastern accents, though like Katakans and Nekru rats, they do bear a strong resemblance to overgrown bats. They also do not suck blood from the necks of virgins with a delicate kiss-like bite. They tear them to shreds using long, sharp claws and then slurp the splattered blood off the ground. Ekimaras are unusually cruel and exceptionally swift. They're able to quickly land blow after blow, capable of smashing even the best Mahakaman-made armor into tiny shards. They should be fought with a silver sword, remembering that they can regenerate back health over time. One should thus never attempt to tire them out, or, God forbid, wait for them to bleed to death. Instead, cut them down as quickly as possible, and if possible, burn the body to ash and scatter it to the 4 winds. Devil's Puffball, Vampire Oil, and Igni. Man, the polite ones, at least, would call me a monster, a blood-drinking freak. Only a mutual thirst for blood links higher vampires to their distant and much more primitive cousins, Ekimaras, Alps, Katakans, and the like. Higher vampires are in fact much more similar to humans than those bat-like blood slurpers. They not only resemble us in appearance, but also share our intelligence and behavioral patterns. This means they do not squat in distant forests or hide in the shadows. On the contrary, they are particularly fond of cities, where they live out deceivingly normal lives. Even witches are not capable of recognizing them at once, for their medallions remain perfectly motionless in the presence of higher vampires. Yet all these similarities should not blind us to an essential difference. Unlike men, higher vampires are immortal. Those who have faced them in combat and survived can be counted as on one hand. It is a witch's good fortune that higher vampires are extremely rare, and not all are dangerous to humans. Though they do have a taste for blood, they do not need to drink it to survive. Some higher vampires have renounced feeding on humans altogether and do no harm to anyone, but others give in to their desires. A witcher who braves fighting a higher vampire must bear in mind he faces a monster endowed with incredible strength, one able to manipulate men and animals, turn invisible, and transform into a giant bat, and furthermore, one which it is nearly impossible to kill. In other words, even an experienced monster slayer should think twice before accepting a contract on one of these creatures, even if half a kingdom and a prince's hand is in the offing.
Big knee.
The crone known as Brewis was the middle of the three demonic sisters in terms of age, but the first in terms of size. Brewis was said to be a master concoctor of magical mixtures, and in the ghastly legends was said to know over a dozen different recipes for human soup. Imlerith, a general of the Wild Hunt and a frequent guest in Geralt's nightmares, had been chasing Ciri for quite some time, striving to deliver her to his ruler, Eredin. This powerful and brutal warrior had fought in the countless battles and campaigns for conquest waged by the NL in other worlds. He prized physical confrontation above all else, seeking out direct, bloody skirmishes where opponents pit their strength, agility, and training against each other in a contest to the death. Though the youngest of the three crones, the Weavess was not one jot less ugly or evil than her other older sisters. It was she who wove their magic tapestries of human hair gathered as tributes for the young children of nearby villages during their cutting ceremonies. These tapestries were how the worshippers of the Ladies of the Wood made contact with and paid homage to their deities. The crones of Velen were not just old, they were literally ancient, having been around since the reign of the first human kings and possibly even since the coming of the elves. Of the three ghastly sisters, the Wispess was most ancient, or at least so claimed the swamp dwellers' whispered legends. Whispered, for if they spoke too loudly the crone would hear it, for she demanded tribute in the form of human ears, which she hung from trees and through which, using primeval magic, she heard all that happened in the swamps.
Alright, so you freed the spirit before you met the crones.
Yeah.
What was your intended effect?
We will not know that until later.
Great.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I didn't understand anything that was going on. Swamp Thing. We're doing a contract on Swamp Thing, boys.
I think I'm gonna go finally meet the Bloody Baron.
It's probably a good idea at this point, right?
First, I gotta find the signpost. There it is. What the heck is down there? Off we go. Witches, like sorceresses, are infertile.
Well, yeah, they don't reproduce. They take people's kids and do rituals with them.
Mm-hmm.
Turn them into witchers. Actually, I think the wizards are. Either way, witchers don't reproduce, they are made.
Yeah.
Which is a little terrifying.